What do you get when you put a baby, a black teenager, a middle-aged white man, and a career-struggling middle-aged white woman in a car? Well, you get movie magic. Runaway Car, released in 1997 and is directed by Jack Shoulder, who has also directed such films like 12 Days of Terror, Bieber, Arachnid, and the ever-so-forgotten first live-action entry in the whole X-Men franchise, Generation X. And this movie is starring Judge Reinhold, which is still the greatest name in the history of all things, Nina Samasko, Brian Hooks, Paul Eating, Brian Reddy, and Glenn Morshower, who, if anyone ever wants to say that an actor is typecast in anything, it doesn't get worse than Glenn Morshower, who in every TV series, film, in anything, he is always playing either a cop, a general, someone in the army, secret service, whatever. He is some type of officer, someone who is trying to uphold the law of this glorious country called the United States of America. Pretty sure he hasn't played anything else in his entire career, and it's weird seeing him in this movie because he actually has hair. And the reason why we're talking about Runaway Car today is because it was a PayPal recommendation and donation from a contributor and supporter of this channel, James Filbury. Thank you very much for this recommendation. If any of you want to be like James and help support me and contribute to this channel, you can make a PayPal donation on the homepage of my YouTube channel. Any size donation will do, and if you have a movie recommendation, attach it with your donation. And if I have access to it, I will watch it, review it, and give you a little shout out, just like what I did with James here. And James, I knew this was going to be bad because it took me a while finding this movie. I finally found it free on YouTube, but finding up like information on this movie, like who starred in it, there's not even a Wikipedia page for this film. So that tells you the quality of this movie right here. This it was trying so bad to be Speed, and it just wasn't. Ed Lautner is having one of the worst days of his entire life. He's trying to get to a conference where he's gonna try to sell internet software and stuff to people with a lot of money, but the auto shop has not gotten his car ready for him. Thankfully, the pushover, Jenny Todd, is there picking up her car, and she offers to give him a ride to the conference. Well, along the way, she needs to pick up her sister's baby, and also randomly picks up a teenager who crashes his skateboard in front of her car. And while on the highway, all of a sudden her car starts accelerating for no goddamn reason, and the brakes are not working. So she's about to find out just how hard it is to stop an accelerating car with no brakes during rush hour. Oh god, this movie was great. I loved this thing. I do have to tell you, that was one of the hardest plot summaries I've ever given, because I couldn't stop laughing throughout the entire thing. Okay, here we are. We're a professional movie reviewer. Okay, here we go. Let's talk about the amazing, adrenaline-pumping Runaway Car. So Jenny is just this pushover person, and she doesn't stand up for herself. She lacks all the confidence. She is a nurse, or she is a surgery assistant, but we get a shot of her in a surgery in the room, and the surgeon's asking for the tools, and she's freaking out for some reason. I don't know. She's just staring at him going, huh? You want the scalpel? Huh? So we get a little backstory of her struggling to figure out where her place in the world is and what the career is that she needs to go down, because maybe surgery is just not the right path for her. So anyway, she goes to the shop to pick up her car, and there's Judge Reinhold, who was told that his car would be ready by Friday, and it's nowhere close to being ready. The engine is actually out of the car. It's not even attached to the frickin' car. So, like, this whole auto shop, there was no resolution on just the terrible service and obviously the terrible mechanics that they have there, because her car is being worked on here, and it's going to turn out that all of the safety mechanisms to not have the car accelerate are just taken out or turned off or however it works, and the car just accelerates, and it all stems from this auto shop. I really hope I really hope they sued the fuck out of them. Then she goes, picks up her sister's baby because she's going to be babysitting for a little bit. And then while she's driving Judge Reinhold to the conference, they kind of accidentally hit a teenager and run over his skateboard. So she was like, oh, I'll give you a ride to make up for it. So now we got 4 lives in this car, making it so that, you know, the cops can't just blow out the tires and wreck this car because we need to save, especially the baby. The baby in the car. We can't just kill them. We gotta save the baby. That was actually dialogue that was delivered in this movie. One of the cops who was in charge was like, we need to make it an option. We gotta put it out there on the table that we may need to take her out, because just take her out, that's just 4 lives. Whereas if she drives into head-on traffic during rush hour, that could kill way more people. So it's on the table, sir. This movie was basically a practice in terrible police officering, if that's a frickin' word. I'm gonna make it a frickin' word for this review. But the cop who was following her, once she realizes that she can't slow down, in fact, she's speeding up, she's going 90 miles an hour, the cop who's just following her, like, it came to my mind, I don't know why it didn't come to his mind, but if you get 2 other cop cars, and if you pull out in front of her, and then the other 2 cop cars go on to the side of her, if you slowly put on the brakes, you will stop that car. You really will. It got to the end where he was finally trying that. He didn't have the 2 cop cars on the other side of it. He just tried to do it himself to slow it down. But even then, I was just like, you dumbass. I'm not even a cop. I'm not even a car person. I know that if you get 3 cars boxing that 1 car in, it eventually will slow down, or you could slow it down. So many freaking stupid decisions in here, and they're trying to make it as melodramatic as possible. Whenever Glenn Morshower is on the screen and he's talking about all the potential lives that could be lost in the city if she makes it off the highway, my God, it's gonna be World War III out there. And all of the talk between him and other sheriffs from other states, and where jurisdiction ends for one, the other state's not gonna help for whatever reason. This whole fucking thing. It's just so fucking stupid. And I'm pretty sure everyone knows that this movie is fucking stupid, who's actually in the movie. We have scenes where we're looking at Jenny in the driver's seat. She's accelerating, and previously she was acting. She was freaking out. She was scared. But then we cut back to her, and she's there right behind the wheel going... She's got the little cell phone on her shoulder, just waiting for a response, going... This apathetic look on her face. Like, that's how everyone, I think, is behaving towards this script and this movie. Judge Reinhold is there, and he's trying to make it a big deal. He's screaming. His facial reactions are way over the top. He's, like, looking around, trying to use the small little space that they have. But even the amazing physical performance of Judge Reinhold can't even save this fucking thing. We have amazing points in here where Judge Reinhold takes the baby and tries to give the baby to the cop car next to him, at least tries to, just to save the baby. Basically, he's Michael Jacksoning the baby outside the car. We have constant play-by-play from the helicopter over top, and then the couple of radio hosts who eventually play into something. But, my God, this movie... It really wanted to be Speed. Like, the writer of this film saw Speed in 1994 and thought, that was really cool, I want to do that, but I can't do that because that was already made, so how can I do that without doing it? So I'm just going to take away all of the terrorist stuff and take away, like, the cool character of Keanu Reeves and just, yeah, all those aspects gone, and then I'll just do the movie, just without all those aspects. Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be the greatest TV movie ever made. It was not, and regardless of how the music would make you feel if you listen to it on its own, this movie was not great. That score, though, was frickin' epic. It was trying to make all of these boring little scenes of them just sitting there, contemplating their life choices and worrying about if the bridge is gonna come down, the frickin' drawbridge, which was another stupid-ass moment. But it's very Michael Bay-esque, like Armageddon, we're walking to the space spaceship to take off to save the whole freaking planet worthy score here, and the situation is not matching the epicness of the sounds that we're hearing. Runaway Car was a freaking delight, and I'm pretty sure you could make an excellent drinking game out of something in here, which would make this film so much better, but I enjoyed it on my own just for the ridiculousness of it. I'm gonna give Runaway Car 5 out of 5 mammograms.
I got the results of the test back. I definitely have breast cancer.
So guys, if you've seen a Runaway Car, what did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you sat down to watch it for some reason after watching this review, then comment below and let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell so you'll know the next time I release next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time on the channel, but in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.